Hello, love. Welcome to Feeling Fridays here on the Libran Key. Messages for the highest and greatest good of the Empath Collective and the Empath Journey here on Mama Gaia. All of this in service to the Elsh Collective, Empaths, Lightworkers, Starseeds, Healers, Awakened and Awakening Souls. Know that if this message has found you and or if you have found it, that there is something here for you. That is always the intention that I put into these messages. Family, sending you so much love wherever you are. Thank you for being here. And for those of you coming across this video, potentially for the first time, a very warm and loving welcome to you. This is interesting, this message that wants to come through. I'm not being given very much. A number of my guides coming through for this particular message to speak essentially through spirit, through source, about the illusion of the self. The illusion of the self trying to break free, the self trying to break free. That's all they gave to me. Interesting that 3 came out. I am working with 3 decks. There's something significant in that number for it to be coming through. That is the number of the Empress in Tarot. They literally said to me, just press record and we're going to speak through you for this. So there may be a lot of varying messages coming through. I'm just going to disclaimer that right from the get-go. I'm working with 3 decks. 3 being an important number is what they're showing to me. This is the energy of harmony in creation. They're showing me a triangle. I'm hearing the word trine, as in trine in astrology as well, these harmonious working together aspects. But I'm also hearing the threefold self. So this is an ancient concept, mind, body, spirit. What is essentially the self? When we talk about different types of bodies, energetically speaking, what truly is the self and the illusion of breaking through the self. And they're actually guiding me to some of the principles, here we go again, of human design, of the not self and the inner self or the true self. The not self essentially being the way we are programmed, the way that we are indoctrinated. And there is so much going on right now around this with regard to the shadow work. Now, Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn at the time and the recording of this reading. I am recording this reading on Wednesday, September 4th. And there's significance in that. I have been sort of feeling that it's quite palpable what Pluto is doing and how that is affecting us collectively. Also how it is affecting us in our own individual lives. And I'm specifically speaking here to starseeds. Starseeds and by extension, light workers. Those who are working with these energies and especially those who are connected to cosmic and galactic energies and frequencies. And on that note, because all of my guides coming through are essentially a mix of that, all right? I'm going to be asking through the Rose Oracle, also popping from the Seeds of Intention cards. They want me to do this at the end as a kind of affirmations for which to build upon. And the Tarot Original 1909, Pamela's Genius. I'm also working with the energies here of Selenite. First, they want me to bring this in and invite us to take a very deep and cleansing breath together. Just to really release whatever energy you might be carrying up until this point, coming into this reading, okay? So this Selenite coming in as a charge is how they're showing it to me, to charge us up, to clear and recharge, okay? I'm hearing every battery at some point needs recharging or batteries just die, okay? I'm talking about the concept here of a rechargeable battery, okay? Like in our phones, you know, we're so good at recharging our phones, you know, but what about us? What about us making sure we're recharging our own batteries? Also bringing in the energy here of Astrophyllite and Apatite. And what they're giving me with these beautiful crystals is something kind of new. This combination being very much about knowing thyself. Knowing thyself and also connecting to ascended masters that assist us in that, okay? Getting the energy really of Christ, Jesus, Jesus Christ, Christo, coming through for this as well. Getting a lot of Venusian energy coming through that as well. And the lineage of the Sisterhood of the Rose. So it is fitting that we're asking through the Rose Oracle. There's something also very interestingly grounding about this combination in terms of the things that you say. You know, when you express yourself in a way where you are so sure of yourself, it is truth. It does something to the atmosphere, doesn't it? It does something to our environment, doesn't it? Is what they're saying. Okay, I'm going to start by popping from the Rose Oracle to sort of set the tone for this reading and see where it is going to go, okay? Breaking through the illusion of the self. That is all they gave me, and they simply want me to get started. They're showing me an image. This is what they showed me in the meditation very quickly right before I started, and I heard this break through the illusion of the self. I saw the Moon card from Tarot, and I saw each and every one of us, me, for example, in this, standing up, looking very tall and large, actually, funny enough, and looking into a pool of water, as if I was looking into a mirror. And I'm hearing true reflection of self with that. So the Moon card, among different things, represents illusion in the tarot. This is it's connected to the energy of Pisces, it's connected to the energy of Neptune, okay? The energy of illusion in that respect, okay? So there's something significant here with regard to that. The energies of Neptune, the energies of Pisces, okay? And especially this being connected to the empath. They really want to focus this energy in on breaking through indoctrination and doing the shadow work. They want me to pick this card up. The second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities. Some of us feeling like this change that needs to happen, this obstacle that we need to overcome, this pattern we need to transmute or break, as if it's too far gone for us. And they're coming in to say that that is not the case at all. The Holy Grail, stop the endless searching, inner quest. The imagery on that card is just like, ugh. I was also, they're coming in now to confirm also the presence of certain spirit guides in the form of animals, okay? Animal spirit guides. We have got what looks like the hawk here and the deer. And funny enough, I'm actually seeing, even though I don't think that's what this is in this, I'm seeing a key. I'm seeing a key right at the heart in this image here. Seeing a key come through. And this is that inner quest that you hold the key. You are essentially the key and the gate. You are essentially the key and the lock, okay? Coming into this second bloom. So what they're really emphasizing here is that this is all a matter of belief and what you believe. If you believe, if you truly, truly believe that there is no change that is capable of happening, and there's this sort of dire energy that comes over you when you think of it, remember that that is simply a belief, and it's a belief more oftentimes than not that you have picked up from some kind of programming and indoctrination. They're also bringing in here the persecution wound. So this could be from previous incarnations or parallel incarnations where this is being experienced, felt, picked up on, energetically speaking, okay? Okay, they're also pointing me to various incarnations, even in between lives. Thank you, Spirit. Incarnations off planet, where we have experienced things. Galactic wars, where we've had to, they want me to pull this out as well. Yeah. Where we have dealt with this as well. Okay. The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. Motherhood of self is what I'm hearing with that. Tending to our own inner child. Temple of the Rose. Thank you. Ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. This is directly connected to the lineage of the Rose and the sisterhood of the Rose, and also the brotherhood of the Rose. These energies very much connected to the protection of women. I mean, we do have the mother coming through for that, and that is very much, okay, connected to this as well. Okay, with Temple of the Rose, I'm also hearing Sub Rosa, okay? Now, they're not actually talking about it here in the literal sense of being under the rose or within some kind of sacred space or temple space where we would gather in a sisterhood, brotherhood. What I'm being shown with that is the principles, the tenets. Oh, wow. The tenets of the rose. I'm also hearing Temet Noshe. I'm hearing that is Gnothe Safton in Latin. Know thyself. Know thyself. I'm actually seeing it from the scene in the Matrix. Spirit. Yeah. Because what they're showing me is that, you know, we know the Matrix isn't exactly fiction, right? Okay, I won't get too into that though. I don't want to get off topic with those things. But the thing that is most important here that they're emphasizing is that we can even have within us an imprint of a 3D form of a matrix in the programming and indoctrination, okay? Beautiful, okay. So 5 of Swords coming out in reverse, Page of Swords, excuse me, in reverse, and 10 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, at the end of, on the other side of this shift in belief, we no longer have a conflict of the mind. We are no longer subjected to a kind of scarcity mindset, or in this case, scarcity mindset, exactly how they're showing it to me is this, you win, kind of like, is that the right way to say this? You win some, you lose. Winners and losers, okay? This energy, this mindset energetically of some people are winners and some people are losers. I feel like that's a specific message for some of you, where some of us are in that sort of mindset of like, I'm always at a loss for something. Everybody else is doing better than me. This comparison mindset is a form of scarcity consciousness, okay? But it's in reverse. On the other end of that, we're coming out of conflict. We're going into harmony of the mind, okay? And they're actually showing me the harmony of the fractured mind coming back into alignment again. The fractured mind, the scattered mind coming back into check again, coming back into being whole again. The mind that is an open receptor to the inspiration, to the energies of the divine, to the messages, to the clarity, okay? This Page of Swords is almost like double representing this. So we're having to unlearn something here. We're having to unlearn something of the mind. And this is directly related to the, I'm hearing ill-mannered. That's interesting. Ill-mannered, ill-manipulated legacies that we have been subjected to here on Earth, and that are actually, they're wanting me to correct subjected. Interesting. It's not subjected, exposed to, because they really want to emphasize here the power of the mind and free will, okay, in choosing not to be subjected to anything, okay? Because someone who is sovereign is never subjected. Hanged Man. So this requires a shift in perspective. That goes without saying, but this is also an energy that again is Piscean. It is specifically Neptunian, okay? And this is the number 3. So a change, the number 3 being change, needs to occur here. And this is why they want to bring in thoughts becoming things. What you focus on is where your attention is thus going. So right now what they're showing me is that the focus may actually be, for some of us, simply on healing trauma that lives in our bodies. For some of us, it's about really getting to the root of a very disruptive pattern that continues to rear its head at us when we begin to feel tired, overwhelmed. A lot of this also connected to the ascension energies currently that we're going through, but also collectively what is being thrown at us. And really, I mean, if you haven't done it already, babe, turn off the TV, you know, mainstream media. I mean, unless you're observing it in a way where it's like you're doing earth school shit with it, okay? And you're looking at it going like, oh, interesting, that's how they're trying to manipulate the narrative, okay? Unless you're doing that and you're at that point where you're just like, oh, this is interesting. Let's see what they're throwing at us today. And you have essentially what they're saying mastered the reaction response, okay? Some of us, he's showing me, are doing this in a very transmutational way. Massive props to you if you are doing this, where you are watching and again, they're still showing me that this is still within limited intake. And it's funny because they're not even showing me like, this isn't full on intake. This is literally like transmute. This is like they're showing me field hockey and like the ball coming in and literally like a quick smack right back to, you know, pass it on or reflect it, deflect, right? Like I'm hearing deke when you deke someone in sports. So that's what they're showing me. That even then we're still doing it in limited quantities, right? We're not just, we don't get up every morning and turn on the TV. I mean, I don't even have, like in this house, we don't have cable, and we haven't had cable for a very long time here in Canada anyway, whatever the equivalent is, right? Being very selective about what we watch and what we listen to, not to mention just also being at some point too busy, right? Too involved in doing other things that are much better for us than watching the programming, watching the indoctrination, okay? 1818 on the counter. As I say that, it's going back to this moon card, this energy of the moon, all right? They want me to bring it back there because all of that, this is an aspect of Neptune. Neptune in astrology, in modern astrology, is connected to the media, it is connected to film, it is connected to good old Hollywood. So, and yet at the same time, within the same spectrum, it is connected to the highest forms of spirituality, unity consciousness, oneness, Christ consciousness. There is a spectrum on which that exists. And we are looking at the Hanged Man here in its highest octave, in its most high, in its most functional, okay? 1919, most functional aspect, all right? And what's funny is they're showing me again, they're going back to the sun here, the sun card, and the inner child, and tending also to our inner truth, our inner authority, our true self, not our not self. Eight of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This is really actually quite a good thing because what I'm seeing in this is that the energy is going upwards. not downwards. Anytime the Eight of Wands comes out in reverse, a lot of this time this could just mean delayed action towards something. But here specifically what Spirit and my guides are giving me is the energy going upward. So the solution, in a sense, is to connect back up to the divine, is to connect back up to our divine selves. And this is practice. This is also connection, a very deliberate connection to embodying our higher selves. And they're also showing me looking up at the stars. Something about looking up at the stars being significant as well, because I'm getting that in the last reading, that 10 of Wands came out, and they're showing me that image again of this, just this like looking down and pushing forward. Don't do that, because you don't know where you're going. You know, it's like, this is not a good way to go through whatever you're doing. You know, they're giving me that analogy of like, just put your head down and you know, put your nose to the grindstone. No, there's an energy here of not forcing. There's energy here of tuning into this inner mother innocence and gentleness and tenderness. Okay, they want me to read from the book for that. And then I am going to pop some of these seeds of intention cards. So they're showing me doing mantra work. Mantra work being very significant. I'm also being shown the importance of, again, having a daily practice, being in meditation, and understanding exactly where you are at on your healing journey and what it is you need to tend to. And this all goes back to this belief, the belief systems that we hold and have in place, and the significance of our own words and how we're speaking to ourselves, depending again where we're at on our journey. Doing the affirmation work or the mantra work is incredibly important right now, because words cast spells, okay? The child within. The soul inquiry card, this is a soul inquiry card. The question is, how can you tenderly tend? How can you tenderly tend to the child within? We can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from ourselves, to find a way to soften, to remember that no matter what has happened, is happening, or will happen, we're all innocent children of the stars and the earth. The flowers are here for us. They are a safe, soft place to remember. They want to nurture the child within. This card of gentle reassurance and compassion. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. And as I read that, I'm simultaneously getting the message of some of us being very resistant to that. And what Spirit is saying, and especially these Venusian energies coming through my guides, is that that's what you need to tend to first. Tend to why you are having difficulty with treating yourself like the innocent child that you are. Unpacking that, doing the shadow work around that is incredibly significant and very palpable right now. Mars is going into Cancer today. I don't even know, it could already be in Cancer at this point. And there is a return to this. It's going to bring up, because this is Mars, all right, warrior, uber masculine Mars in a very feminine, nurturing sign. So just by way of that, energetically, what's popping off right now, and as Mars transits through Cancer, is reconciling that energy, because the soldier needs nurturance. The soldier needs that, okay? And also the soldier has to respect the mother, has to respect the feminine as well. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do to scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our heart. That's what we can do. What we can do is scoop that child up and place them within our heart, okay? I know that there are many beautiful meditations available online for this, like meditations that you can do on YouTube, where I think Louise Hay has a beautiful meditation on this. Louise Hay, the creator of Hay House, this beautiful, really heart leader, okay? She's got some beautiful meditations on that. Look into that, okay? But also recognize too, if there's trauma that you're dealing with in the body, you may have to go deeper for this, right? But again, affirmations is what they keep on harping on. They're actually showing me an actual harp right now. So harp music can also be really great for this as well. It's incredibly angelic in its frequency and healing, and very good for the heart. Okay, for today, I laugh. We're gonna pick 3 because 3 is the number today. For today, I laugh. For today, I express myself, and I'm actually hearing expressing ourselves through laughter is very healthy. Taking, when you like really need to laugh at something and like really going deep and having like the belly laugh. Clarissa Pinkola Estes talks about this in Women Who Run with the Wolves, these deep belly laughs and how incredibly healing they are and very liberating, especially within the context of women and the experiences of women, okay? There's sort of like a reclamation of that when you laugh really deeply, okay? There's a release of emotion, right? Wasn't there something, didn't someone at some point create some kind of like laughing yoga? Why do I feel like that's a thing? For today, I smile. Right across the board, this is all about play and the inner child. For today, I listen to my heart. For today, I listen to my heart, and every day, depending on how you want to take this, I smile, I express myself. They're also showing me writing and dance with that, and I laugh, okay? Any kind of musical expression, if that resonates with you, any form of expression you could possibly think of. Cooking, I'm even getting. Gardening, I'm seeing flowers again. Coming back to Mama Rose. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you, Spirit, and to my beautiful guides for coming through for these messages. I thank you for being here. Thanking these beautiful energies and these crystals coming through as well. The Apatite, the Astrophyllite, maybe I said it. Astrophyllite, Apatite, and Selenite coming in for this reading. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, empath, in love and liberation, always.